Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yo, yo, mic check. Can I get a mic checker, mic checker? Yo, yo, let me know if you can hear me. Give me something in the chat, man. Yo, happy to help. What's happening? What's happening? Appreciate you. Dawn, Aquarius chick. What's happening? What's going on? Man, hit the like button for me real fast, man. I guess it does something by alerting people. Chilling at the job on a Friday. You chilling? You still in hours, Dawn? Let me find out you still in hours. Yep. What up, everybody? What's happening? We get the party started, man. When everybody start to chime in, everybody that's chiming in, do me a favor. Click the thumbs up. Sexy Lexi, enlighten me. What happened yesterday, man, with my man? What happened? Everybody click the thumbs up for me so we can alert everybody to get this party started, man. I'm going to give y'all some good Astro game today real fast. You know. Let's see something. So Lexi, you and my man never hook up? Adrian, Nicole, what up? What up? Hit the thumbs up button for me. And so we had a good old chat. We are very similar, 9 years apart. He experienced a lot that I had years ago. Okay. So who's older? Hey, this makes me blush. For real. I love to see love. So who's older? You're older? Okay. So you're 9 years his elder. That's what's up. That's what it is. All right, come on, y'all. Thumbs up. We get this party started real fast. All right, so as promised, it's all good. Okay, that's what's up. As promised, Venus deals the location of Venus when you're born is a excellent indicator to give us direct insight into how we value relationships, what our perception of relationships are, especially when you're looking at a man's chart, because Venus is known as the goddess factor, females, beauty, fine dining. It's a strong feminine principle. I call this the princess in the zodiac who becomes the wife, because Venus rules Libra, which becomes marriage partners. Okay. And so for the man, if you look in this chart and you find a location of Venus and go a little deeper and start understanding what's called aspects, other planetary lines that go to Venus, you would start to get, more insight into the native's type. And for women as well, because Venus is a sense of, beauty, how you see yourself in a sense, and again, most importantly, how you value relationships. And so the Venus return, when Venus comes back to the same place it was when you were born, this happens on an average once a year. This is a time that should denote harmony, balance, good pleasures, sweetness, all things good, because Venus is a very, very warm, loving energy. What up, K Unique? Absolutely. Today is Friday, Venus Day, right? So it's a very strong, loving energy. And so today's quick assignment is you can pull out your chart and figure out where is Venus when you were born. And let's see, we won't do the Venus return because usually it's going to be within 60 days of your birthday because Venus rose close with the sun. But we want to possibly look at the next harmonious time where you will have, let's say, Venus sextile Venus or Venus trine Venus, which are two pockets that denote you should have some harmony going on. Because my thesis is if you're having a Venus return, which denotes positive things should be happening in relationships, and it's not, then that relationship is extremely out of balance. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it, because the return represents, the return. It's a strengthening factor of all of the things that's associated with the planet's characteristics. So when you're supposed to be having a good return, you shouldn't be having no drama. And this is a horrible, horrible thing. What up, Miss Logan? This is a horrible thing to go through because space is intelligent. It remembers who you are based off of planetary locations when you were born. And for us to leave negative energy through fights and quarrels at a time that we're supposed to be having positive ones, you're now not only leaving negative energy in space based off vibration, you're changing the polarity of a positive point in space to a negative one. And now what happens is you have to wait another year to get that precise alignment, okay, to be able to get a rematch. This is serious stuff. I got a partner who went through some things with Mars. He was in an accident, and to get that rematch with Mars, where it's the exact same setting, you're going to have to wait 2 years for Mars to come back and the same cosmic backdrop is the same for it to be an identical rematch. Now, you may claim when he's in another sign and, let's just call it on the road, but when he comes back in your home to get home court advantage again, you're going to have to wait 2 years. And so you want to know where Venus is at when you're having the Venus return. I bet you it's going to be within 60 days of your birthday. And just take note of when or, how your experiences are playing out. Okay. So give me a Venus degree. Where's your Venus? And we can get some other, again, aspects. So case in point, if you have King Simon, he got Venus in Pisces, very strong placement, right? Sexy Lexi got Venus 0 degrees Libra. So I need a degree. Give me a degree because we're going to pull out the good old ephemeris. So 0 degrees Libra, right? And so we know that, where we at? August, 0 degrees Libra. Okay. So pretty much today, because today, Venus is 6 degrees Leo to Libra. That's a cool thing. But since Lexi has Venus in Libra, she's going to actually experience a Venus return starting on September the 7th. The exact lineup is September the 15th. Venus moves pretty fast, and then it's out of range on September the 24th. So all in the month of September, because Venus, she moves fast. And so in September, while you're supposed to be having harmony, if you go through any friction and whatnot, relationship is extremely out of balance. So either A, you make a readjustment, of course, or B, you realize that you're not in the right relationship and you do something about it. Okay. But that's where it goes. That's when your return is actually coming. K Unique, you got Venus at 26 Libra. And so yours is the same. It's about to be in the same pocket. So 26 Libra, it's going to start September the 28th because Venus will be at 16 degrees. So September the 28th, it'll be 26 Libra on October the 6th. And it fades out on October the 15th. So this is the time where you should be experiencing harmony. All right. K Brooks, 12 degrees Taurus. So yours passed. So 12 degrees Taurus. Okay. So now you're about to experience Venus square Venus, because Venus right now is in Leo. Leo to Taurus is a potential issue. And so Venus would be 12 Leo in a couple days on the 7th, which will square you exactly. And you can experience this square up to the 15th. Okay. And so your Venus is a little out of pocket. Now, here's the question. So if you are in a relationship and the relationship just isn't at its optimum, its best, two things I would recommend. Really, one main thing I would recommend would be showing. Venus is about appreciation. So showing appreciation and changing the mood before the stars, in a sense, send that negative ray of dissension inside of a relationship. So the appreciation, the dinner, date night, that type of thing, do it anyway. This is how I advise clients that's in our monthly membership, where the relationship appears Venus square Venus. This is going to be a month where you're not going to be in harmony. Do something opposite of appreciation to beat the negative energy before it creeps in. All right. Excuse me. Who is that? K Brooks. Yeah. So Simon got it at 26 degrees Pisces, right? 26 Pisces. And so we in that interesting space, because at 26 Pisces, like we in Leo, that's going to be Venus in conjunct. So that's going to be some interesting, no commonality right there in a sense, especially being an Aquarius. Now Venus is in opposition to you. Now this is interesting because your sun sign, the sign that you are, Venus can never, ever be in opposition to the sun in the sky. It's an impossibility. Mercury and Venus, from our observation, because Venus is traveling around the sun. So since Venus is closer and Mercury is closer to the sun than we are, Venus and Mercury will always be either to the right of the sun, or it could be a little bit under the sun, a little bit behind the sun, or a little bit to the left of the sun. The sun is never set in the western sky and you look in the east and you see Venus and Mercury coming up. It's an impossibility, because those planets are closer to the sun than the earth. They're always within proximity of the sun. So you would never, ever see a Venus sun opposition, a Mercury sun opposition. This is why when you meet people who are opposite you, It's like an oxymoron that you can never ever observe in your reality, and that opposition oftentimes represents a conflict. So Simon having Venus in Pisces and he's in Aquarius, and Venus is in Leo right now. Venus is in opposition to the Aquarian that he is. And that's an impossibility in our earthly reality. So now the male-female energy is at odds with one another. And then when Venus moves into Virgo, Virgo is opposition Pisces, right? Which you will experience that in September, which will be starting on September the 13th all the way to 28th. It's exact. Venus is opposite Venus in late September. And then Venus phases out when it get to 7 degrees Libra, which will be October the 16th. So Simon, you in one of those spells in the sense where Venus is just on the opposite side of the solar system for you. So therefore now into October, the female component in your life could be somewhat challenging, but the challenge is, can you show appreciation and change the negative? This is the real alchemy work right here, and do positive things and the appreciation and the greatness within this 2-month window, all August, September, and until Venus moves into Libra. Because when Venus moves into Libra, now you're about to start getting a better flow of energy to that Aquarian energy that you are, in a sense, and whatnot. But Venus is on the other side for me and you, bro. All right. So Miss Logan, Venus 29 degrees Virgo. So you about to be experiencing a Venus return shortly. So 29 degrees Virgo, let me see something. So that means when Venus get to 19 degrees Virgo, which is going to start on September the 18th. September the 18th, the exact alignment is going to be October the 4th. And then the energy phases out and is gone on October the 20th. And so that is your good solid month of some great harmony coming your way. Be the master of your stars and see what you get. All right. Dawn has it at 14 degrees Cap. Okay. So 14 Cap. You have 14 Cap. 14 Cap. This month here, since we in August, 14 Cap. When Venus gets in a couple days, when Venus, really from now up until August the 9th, Venus will be 14 degrees Leo. Now, hold on. You got that at 14 Cap. So hold on. 14 Cap. No, I don't like that right there. I have to put you in Virgo where it's a trine. And so let's go to 4 degrees Virgo, where Venus is about on the 25th, is going to be at 4 degrees Virgo. And then on September the 2nd, it's an exact trine. Okay, then the energy will fade out on September the 10th. All right, so that's your timeline where you can have a trine is called easy flow, easy access. It's an easy flow, easy access, and this is where you can have it's the best time. You know what I mean? Because the energy to one point to the next point is at its absolute best. All right. So utilize that particular month. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. What is it over here? Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I gotta log in and do something real fast. Okay. All right. Okay. So that'll be your timeline right there, Dawn. Utilize that energy. Venus to Capricorn is Venus and Virgo, man. I mean, in Capricorn and Virgo, is that's a working type of Venus. That's a working kind of love. Go to work, you know. Yeah, you got it, Sami. I have Venus at 5 degrees Sagittarius. Ooh, that's that that's that foreign love. That's that long distance. You know, that's a long distance relationship, Adrian. All right. You know that could be like they don't even live in the country type of love, or some type of attraction to what you would call exotic. You may like Jamaican men or whatever it is you seem deemed to be sexy. That's a different type of ethnic type of thing. Yeah, see, she said I'm in a long distance relationship. You see, yeah, no. And you can do well. So don't, not that you do, I'm saying don't ever really stress it, because you know what I mean, long distance could work with Venus right there. What's your sun sign, Adrian? What's your sun sign? And and you said you got it at 5 degrees Sag. Um 102484. Gotcha. Hold on, man. I lost my dang on ephemeris. Hold on. Let me pull up these planets again. 2019. So, depending on the time that you were born, you're either the last day of Libra or the first day of Scorpio. Totally dependent on the time you were born. You should get that, Nicole. You should get that, Adrian. You can see what time you were born, because you're right there on the cusp. Somewhere that day, the energy shift from the last day of Libra and the shift into Scorpio on the same day. But you said 5 degrees Sag. So 5 degrees Sag, like right now, it's pretty cool, because today Venus in the sky is about 5 degrees Leo. Leo to Sag is a trine. So love should be easily expressed right now, because Venus is in a fellow fire sign that complements where it was when you were born. Sagittarius is another fire sign and whatnot. So you're on a trine this month. So this month could be an easier expression, especially today, right now. Today is the most excellent time for you to show some appreciation and love. Turn on that webcam, girl. That's what it is. All right. So 9:53 a.m. So you're 29 degrees Scorpio. Right. So that's interesting. The Scorpio, um, well, you'll be 0 degrees Scorpio. All right. So the first day is Scorp. You sure? 102484. Let me double check that. Something telling me to go double check that real fast. I like we got hold on, I got a chart thing open. 102484 real fast. What city were you born in? 1024 1984. And then you said you was born at 9:53 in the morning. 9:53 early in the morning. 9:53 in the morning. What city was you born in? New Iberia, Louisiana. I got you. The New Liberia. when the Moors took over. Let me see what you're working with here. Yes. So, yeah, 1 degree Scorp. Oh, you like a new moon, baby. Possibly an eclipse that year. The moon was in Scorp. The 11th house stellium like crazy. Okay, all right. Right. So the 11th house is friends. That's the Aquarian house. And which is another freedom factor that complements. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Then your Venus is in the first house, which is a fire house. Yeah. You like long distance relationship all day. Super. Also, you got the chart of an entrepreneur for sure, creator. All 10 planets is on the left side on what we call the Eastern Hemisphere. You have no planets on the right side of the chart. Everything is on the left. Usually when that happens, people have tremendous creativity and are creators. They push the ideas out into the world. So if you have something that if you have something to put out in the world, put it on out there for sure. All right. All right. Who else got some Venus info for me? Venus. Yeah, she all the way to the left. To the left. Sexy Lexi all up in you. Yeah, everything is tight, man. Super tight. Yours truly, Venus, Gemini, 27 degrees. Venus in Gemini. So this is a good month for you. Because Venus is in Leo. Leo complements Gemini, the fire, the air, especially as we get to August the 11th, up into the 19th. That energy is a great compliment. This represents an opportunity. And so really this is some good flow for you this month, man. Yep. Yeah, you're welcome. You got it. It's a good flow for you this month, man. Yours truly. Venus and Cancer in the first house. Justin, what degree is Venus? Adrian Nicole, you like long distance relationship all day and day. Easy peasy. What degree you working with, Justin? Yeah, you're welcome for sure. 8 degrees, so it was 8 degrees. 8 degrees Cancer. So yours just passed. So you're now on a semi-sextile as we speak. Miniature opportunity, real small window this month. Really August the 4th. I would say August the 4th through the 9th is just a slight miniature opportunity for you to really capitalize on the energy, because somewhere last month Venus was in Cancer and you had a Venus return and whatnot. Now, later in the month when Venus goes into Virgo, there's more of an opportunity that's there, and I would give that more of starting August the 17th. The precise day is August 25th, where it's 4 degrees Virgo, which is going to complement that energy over there in Cancer really well. So August represents a miniature opportunity and then a bigger opportunity later in the month. So the month of August is a good month for you, man. Or I don't want to call you man, but well, yeah, I'm talking to Justin. 8 degrees. Hold on. So 8 degrees. Take that back. Push it up to August the 28th. That's when it's 8 Virgo. Okay. So this month is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Make sure that you in harmony with it, man. Yeah. For sure, man. You got it. It sucks on the regular. No, hey man, you gotta get. See, the Venus return is when you go mingle and you do some things. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put some effort in some stuff. This is where if you in a relationship, you get sexy with it. You know, you get seductive with it. If you single, this is when you go mingle. You know what I mean? Because it's something about you that I just can't figure out. You know, it's you shining, you aligning, you know. So that's what you use the Venus return for. All right, so recipient city, what you got here? Venus in Virgo, 1111. All right, so Venus in Virgo at 11 degrees, dope. Because somewhere this month, um, when Venus gets into Virgo on August the 22nd, it will be 11 degrees on the 31st. So this month, you're going to experience the Venus return. So this is supposed to be a month in like the first week of September that you're supposed to have complete utter harmony. If you do not have harmony during the Venus return, you absolutely need to evaluate the situation because it's critical. It's critical. Time you having supposed to have good luck and you having bad luck, oh shit, that's critical, right? And that's not to blame nobody else because everything is a reflection of the decisions that we make. We made a decision to be in a life and they be in our life. We made a decision to get up and drive and be at the stoplight when the person ran into the back of us. We made a decision. So it's all of our decision making. I don't care what happens. You still have to take responsibility on being where you was when it went down. All right. All right. The question is, why you? That's the real question. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear it. Why were you there? Why you? Out of all the other cars you're running to, you're going to run into my car. Why? Right? Which means the decisions that we made and we thought they were organic decisions, and we said, "Oh, stop! Let me leave the house right now. Let me dip off real fast and stop by the store." And all the decisions that we made had to be made in order for us to be in that situation. That's some man shit. When you start pondering that shit, you be like, "Listen, I don't know if," because we remember thoughts pop up in our head all the time. So if they pop up in our head, that doesn't mean that you generated the thought from within organically. It could have came from somewhere else, a sender, and you received it, and then you made a decision, and then you had an experience. You see? And all the while, we may be thinking it was an organic thought, and it was somebody else's thought. This is why the monks take their ass off to the hermitage and they home all day and don't interact with society, because that is pretty much almost one of the safest bets where you're not under the influence of someone else. And even then, in the Mars transit, you better hope and pray that the other monk don't spill hot tea on you. You know what I'm saying? For real. All right. So what happened if you're Venus square Neptune? So that's a good question. So let's talk about some Venus aspects that y'all may have. Venus square Neptune means that is potential deception in relationships. That could be a drug relationship, but I really see that more as somebody's lying to somebody in a relationship. It represents deceit, and it also could represent deceitful women because Venus is a feminine factor and Neptune is the deceit. You definitely want to make sure that you and your partner are on the same spiritual accord with one another, because Neptune represents spirituality and it's a high level of consciousness, the highest level of consciousness. I always call Neptune transcendental consciousness. It's the ability to perceive the future. It's dreams. So last night I had a dream that my daughter was at freaking this restaurant on Main Street. So I text her this morning and I'm like, yo, man, I had a dream about you again. And she was like, what? I said, you was at Subby's on Main Street. And she was like, Dad, this is crazy. Yesterday I was at Subby's on Main Street. I said, see, something is informing me of you. And so Neptune square Venus, Neptune is supposed to be about dreams and imagination and psychic ability. Venus is your partner. So then you want to make sure that y'all on the same accord, because that Neptune energy gets nasty. It's the nastiest energy you ever want to play with, because it start getting with deceit and secret enemies. And then if you a woman and you got Neptune square Venus, oh, you got to be careful, because now another woman could be jealous of you and be a secret enemy. And Neptune deals with poison and gases. And then you think you're on this spiritual retreat and shit, and they're gonna give you something that ain't really no good for you. So you gotta really watch out if you got bad Neptune Venus moon combinations, because that represents some type of deceitful woman. You know what I'm saying? That's Neptune square Venus in a nutshell. Supposed to strive for, and that's a musical thing too. A person can be musically inclined with those two going on. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Any other aspects? I got Venus in Aries. Let's talk about Venus in the signs. I got Venus in Aries. It don't belong there. It's out of pocket. She's way out of pocket. She's supposed to be at home in Libra. If it's the relationship aspect of Venus, it's not too bad. If it's the money part of Venus, Venus in Aries would represent, I like to think it represents a pioneering woman that's a go-getter, that's motivated, because Aries is the conquest. I ain't scared. Like that shit. Entrepreneurship is like a fucking fetish of mine. This shit just turns me on. Woo! Just do some shit. Venus and Aries to me is like, a pioneer. But see, Aries itself, which means then there could be a part of you that may be selfish in love, or you be by yourself. But I would like to think that it deals more with the motivating factor. I'm a big Keisha Kayor fan. Like I see grind and grit, and like, damn, that's fucking amazing. You had the house built while your dude was gone, locked up. You did that. Like, goddamn, you be at the Bottom Brothers convention working your ass off when you don't have to, and y'all hella rich, and you still grinding at the Bottom Brothers convention. Oh, I tip my fucking hat to you. I worship the ground you walk on. Okay. All right. So, what up, Coley Cole? 12 degrees, Venus and Gemini. Guess that's in love with crazy. Venus and Gemini is not necessarily a good thing. That's not one of my favorite markers, but it definitely, see, Gemini is the intellect. So it has to be an intellectual, soothing relationship that could just be on that level mentally, man. Gemini wants to talk, it wants to write, it wants to, it's just a high level of IQ. That's not why I don't like it. I love that aspect of it. But Gemini has a duality that oftentimes is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Some of your most notorious serial killers is that marker right there. You know what I mean? It's a very, Jew by far is the best Gemini description I've ever seen, without it just being wacky and logical and not even finicky. You know what I mean? But that frequency there is different. It's Prince, you know what I'm saying? Genius, but it's gonna be a man on stage with his booty cheeks out. It's Gemini, with an Aquarian moon. It's like, oh, dude, that's too much. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? So, Gemini, Sun, rising, and Mercury. Oh yeah. Triple Jimmy. Yeah. Yep. So, anything on Venus? Where is your Venus? The house that Venus is in denotes how you will like to get your rocks off from your partner. the house Venus is in. Where house is Venus in? Ninth house. Ninth house Venus. Ninth house Venus is intellectual, mind, philosophies, um, possibly traveling overseas, being in love with foreign people. Um, a ninth house Venus definitely could be a great mind fuck. Same with Gemini, it's a great mind fuck. Excuse the French. Venus in the eighth. That's interesting. That's some secret love affairs type of energy. It's very deep and intimate though. That can get Venus in the eighth could get a pass for sure to go into tantric certification. I give you the pass. Go ahead and be a sexual teacher if you want to with Venus in the eighth. But can also be loyal to the soil because the eighth house is definitely loyal. You know what I'm saying? For sure. First house, fifth house Venus is that's potential luck with gambling. Venus in the fifth. Beautiful children. Very romantic, very creative. I love this marker. Venus in the fifth is Venus in Leo is like Venus and Leo has this ability to overindulge in shit. But nevertheless, I really like Venus and Leo. They're very similar to me. So the same would be Venus in the fifth house. But I love the children, love a romance, being creative, poetic, the arts, the drama, the stage. It's very versatile with Venus in the fifth. I like it. I think the first house is a little bit more, that's a love of self. Make sure you put yourself first and not others. It's okay in this lifetime to love you and be true to who you are. Very, very, very important to be selfish for yourself. Happy to help. 10 degrees Aqua. Hey. I got the moon at 10 degrees Aquarius in the sixth house. So Venus in the sixth house is all about work some more, and work again. It's also about health. That's a working Venus though. So maybe your love partner is someone who you work with for sure. Happy to help. Your love partner may be someone you work with. And since it's an Aquarius and Aquarius is friends, so friends at work, you got that homie lover friend at work thing. So you can kind of get away. And Aquarius is unorthodox, right? So it's like, hey, let's dip off to the, little spot at work and get a little nookie in, So that's a possibility. Happy to help. All right. But friends and work is something dealing with those two that it's great. So maybe a great friend, your relationship is a mirror of a great friendship that's also on the same page of some type of work that y'all do. All right. So yeah, Nick, that's the same thing. Venus in the sixth, it deals with work. You dig? Yeah, for sure. Hey, Receipt City. Hey. I gotta ask a question. I just gotta know for scientific purposes only. It's not to be in your business here. But here's the question with Venus and Aquarius in the sixth house. Have you ever had sex at work, or have you ever had sex with a working partner and it was strictly because it was work related and wasn't nothing else because you knew them outside of work? That's the question. Okay, all right. So yeah, we gotta know that stuff. You know what I mean? Nick, Venus and Cap in the six. Oh yeah. That's super duper work, man. Like Venus and Capricorn is like, man, I'm married to career. The sixth house is my day-to-day job. Like I can't get past work with that one, man. So you like married to your job, man. So Nick, I hope you found that passion or what it is that deals with work and success, because your love it'll be hard to break your love for that. And so my question, Nick, is, are you in love with work? Have you found that? Like, I'm a work fanatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I do. You know what I mean? Like, I love my work. I love what I do. So it's always on, I know no breaks. Hey, Receipt. Oh, Receipt City. Did you say? Oh, no. You ain't answer Receipt City. You got to answer that. I need to know if you had sexual relations at work. Venus in the 6th house in Aquarius. You work at the hospital and then you be like, come on, man, meet me in medical records. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ample, stop projecting on people. All right. So, yeah. So what y'all got, man? Give it to me. Can y'all still hear me? Yeah. Let me know if y'all still with me. I did get disconnected for a quick second, but it shows that we on. Yeah, it shows that we on. Okay, so Venus square Venus, Venus square Venus means that, either Venus in the sky is squaring Venus or your Venus in reference to somebody else's Venus, they square each other. And so the square, I was just having this conversation today. The square is on surface is a challenge. Our value is not the same. But what we have to understand about a square is one person has the north-south reality in view, and the other person has the east-west horizontal view in life. Because I always say a square in a house, you need a square to build foundations, to build buildings. And you're going to have a right wall or a northwest wall. I'm sorry, a north-south wall is going to run into a east-west wall. Guaranteed. Guarantee it. That meeting point where these two walls meet, that's really a square. But it's necessary for the foundation. I always like to reference Freemasonry because in Freemasonry, the worshipful master, the guy who is said to be the boss of the lodge, he wears this thing around his neck called a square. And he's the master, the worshipful master. So we always hear these expressions in culture, stand on your square, stand on your square. So the square is necessary, but it don't have no commonality as far as the energetic mix of a square. I would like to think that meeting point, instead of us crashing there, we need to define what a goal is. So again, I know that a square, one person sees reality this way, the other person sees reality the opposite way. So let's agree that you're going to tackle Chicago and I'm going to tackle the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to have some form of agreement here before we start bumping into each other. So the square is a challenge. It's a challenge. The level of intellect involved with the individuals will determine the quality of any union. But the square is an indicator that relationship values, Venus to Venus, are not in the same place. But only you two can determine it. Only you can make me happy. So happy, right? So that's Venus squares Venus. What else y'all got? Come on, keep them rolling. Keep them rolling. ASAP Rocky is on the way home. Candace Owens crazy. She called them Democrat plantation celebrities. Shut up. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So anything, man, come on. Come on now, give it to me now. While I got some energy, because I supposed to be on some calls, making some real estate calls. You know what I mean? That's what I should be doing. But I'm like, hey, it's kind of late. I didn't do that video. I promised them I was gonna do that video. So I did the video. Randy, Luna, Venus, Gemini, 22 degrees. This month is gonna be a good month, man, because Venus is in Leo. Venus gets to 22 degrees. Leo looks like on August the 15th. So this month, man, is a good month to have an opportunity to show appreciation. So appreciation, love, a date, things of that nature, man. This looks like a good month. If it don't happen, something's out of whack. You know what I mean? What else you got for me? I gotta catch. Is the Ingram channel up? Ingram angle. Come on, what y'all got for me in the chat? Oh, y'all sleepy chat, man. It's Friday. Yeah. You got it, man, all day. I'm looking for the Ingram angle. What y'all got for me? Venus. Any Venus in the houses? Venus in the signs? We good on Venus? We straight? No questions? Huh? We good? Yeah. I think we straight. Well, what's up? So 0 degrees. So Libra 0 degrees is 8th house. Should look forward tantric and sex magic too. Ooh, now you talking that talk, sexy Lexi. Talking that talk. Yeah, I mean, the 8th house is the house of sex. It's also the house of joint finances. Libra is relationship. So yeah, you want a very deep, intimate relationship. If some people, sex is sex. It's good, it's great, but they don't mean that they want to have a profession in it, right? You don't mean they want to be like Ampu was in the year 2000 in 1999, where you had your first website called myblackHoney.com, and you want to have X-rated videos up of women by themselves doing their thing, so us men can learn about it, because we was just never taught about it. Can I just tell the truth? In my day, I'm old, so I'm 42. So back in my day, right, growing up in school, we didn't know anything about female orgasm. In fact, that sounds stupid and crazy to me, because an orgasm means sperm, and a woman can't fertilize an egg. So why would she even do that? We just know sperm comes out of penis. So why would a woman have a nut, an orgasm, whatever you want to call it? Don't make sense. So we wasn't educated. I wasn't educated on that phenomenon, and had to figure out by an older guy putting me up on game. So like, what? Really? Let's try that trick, right? And then you say, oh, that works. So now, later, it just morphed into it. It just I always say I picked my father for a reason, man. So I gotta put my dad out there. So my dad has a Polaroid picture, 1987, with Vanessa Del Rio. Okay, the porn star, the queen of porn stars. Okay, my dad has Polaroid pictures with her. Okay, this is his dream girl. She came to town, met her, took a picture with his tongue out next to her stuff and all that stuff. And so all my life, as a peewee, he loved women so much. This dude would tear out the Jet Beauty of the week. He would tear them out, and he in the right corner, he'll grade them 1 through 10, and he'll give women a mark because he just loved. He was born with the moon in Scorpio, which is the moon in the 8th house. Okay, the equivalent of which I was born with the moon in the 8th house. So get it from my daddy. Okay. And so, it was something that I literally grew up as a kid. I can remember not even I was in first grade, coming out of the room, and he was watching porn with his buddies on a projector screen that was shooting on a wall in first grade. I can remember that clear as day. You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, Sexy Lexi, if you love sex that much, right? Like you say, you want to be a sex therapist or sex coach because it's that intimate and meaningful for you, then absolutely, yeah, go for it. Some people is that intimate and they love that expression so much that, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Tom Money, what up? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go for it. Coley Cole, how do you see Venus conjunct Mars synastry play out in the woman? Ooh, that's a good question. That's called a role reversal. Coley Cole is saying, hey, what if I was born with Mars, hypothetically, in Gemini, but a guy was born with Venus in the same position in Gemini? So that will technically constitute a role reversal because it's the woman's masculine energy. That's nice. It's the woman's masculine energy is on the man's feminine energy. Can you see? Okay. Look like your mother. So that's a role reversal because now Mars is the part of our own psyche that deals with our ability to push forward and be motivated. And it's our yang principle of going out in the world. Everybody has it. It's just all planets are a aspect of our own individual psychological processes. And so the man's aspect of beauty in a woman, that woman's Mars is on him. So it's a good chance that she's going to be the aggressor in a sense. So when you have a role reversal like that, then she may be the go-getter. So let's just say it's in Gemini. She's the one that's actively reading and looking at information and whatnot. And he's more passive and nurturing of that and not necessarily the yang principle of being the energetic one to go out and find that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it can work, but you have to just recognize the role reversal. And within that role reversal, he's happy supporting and nurturing, and he's not intimidated by the woman leading the way. Is what happens with that. That was a very good question. All right. That's why tribes used to cut off the pearl. Yeah, tribes are crazy, right? Yep. That was a good one. Anybody else? Anything? Man, we're gonna get on some Friday real estate cold calls then, man. We got to get some deals going on. No deals, no eat. All right. So anybody else? We straight? Man, what we got on the calendar? Shannon, what up? You're late. You're late to class, ma'am. Yeah. You got it. That's pretty cool. Yeah. You can do that, man. You just gotta, the 8th house energy demands it. For real. Especially if it's in Scorpio or where we at in the age that we in. Because the age that we in, Aquarius, Scorpio will be at the top, which is the public, career, and success. So the things that are hidden will now become accessible to the public. things that we feel like should be reserved and hidden, Scorpio sexual life, will come to the public based off the age that we're in right now. So it's just part of the flow. Yeah, we can deal with Venus degree in the house. That's cool. Give it to me. Yeah. That's you're the yang and he's the yin, Coley Cole, with that aspect. But I like it because it's, you know, that's how you can tell if people are sexually vibing with each other. Like, what kind of connection is this? Mars on Venus and heterosexual relationships. It can be same sex relationship too. It's just the characters, the physical genders are not matching. But this is the prince and the princess coming together. Mars and Venus. So I like it. All right, so 28 Sag, seventh house. So 28 Sag, this month should be a good month because Venus is in Leo, and Leo to Sag is a what we call a trine. And so at 28, you should be experiencing some energy on August the 12th. And it lines up at 28 Leo exactly on August the 20th. So you will experience Venus trine Venus this month. So this would be an excellent time to show appreciation and love life and things of that nature, date night, things like that. So it should be harmonious. But I like I said, the premise too, since you came late, is under Venus transit, if you're not having the harmonious factor kick in and it's opposite that, then something is tremendously out of pocket. I mean, it's extremely out of balance. And it needs to be some corrections made. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know, Cody Cole. I got to get to the bread. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so this should be a month of easy flow, but Venus and Leo for everybody to a degree, because Leo deals with children. It could be children related, but we looking more into the precise area of personal relationship. So it could be more of an easier time. It should be more of an easier time. All right. Oh, okay. So I'm in the ninth house Virgo. Nah, but the Venus was in the sixth. That's why I asked that. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I was just messing with you. It's all good. All right. We good? What's next, man? I know Jew got something coming up. Trump versus the quantum field. If you're interested in that, man, go over to theimaginationguru.com. We're going to have a webinar dealing with Donald Trump, quantum physics, what's taking place, why he's always winning, his alternative fact thinking and whatnot. Take those same principles and pretty much apply it to your own reality. Okay. That's coming up. When is that? That is going to be August the 13th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday, August the 13th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern is going to be that. Okay. I have a awesome course that's also on the Imagination Guru. We're gonna get into this whole past life thing. Where for 4 Wednesdays all through September, we're going to do a group past life regression. And the reason why this is very important, as I talked about yesterday, you need to be able to see inside of your soul's memory. And again, a great textbook and authority on this matter is Dr. Brian Weiss. You go to Amazon. You can go to YouTube, type in his daughter, Amy Weiss talks to Oprah. The lady had cataracts in her eye, did a past life regression on herself because she knows her dad taught it to her. Saw herself as an old man, like in Europe, where it was the witch thing when they was burning the witches up. And since she was like a hermit who lived in the woods, they thought she was on some black magic stuff. Burnt her house down and put fire in her eyes. And when you're able to instantly see that, the healing begins instantaneously. It's like crazy. I'm telling y'all, man, get the book Miracles Happen by Dr. Brian Weiss and read the chapters that deal with, the healing stories. Because now even when you get into relationships, they all be past life based. There's plenty of stuff on a record in these books that deal with, oh, and she's my mom, but last lifetime she was my sister. You know what I'm saying? And this trauma and drama keeps playing out over and over and over again. Somewhere along the line, the brain, we need to get full access to the brain. So science been said that we don't have full access. We're not utilizing it. So if we really knew this aspect of ourselves, then the likelihood of us engaging in some, let's just say karmic cycles, we probably wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Because you get to see it for yourself for what it is, man. All right. So here go the last one. Kate Brooks says Venus sextiles Neptune, the ascendant, and trines Pluto in synastry. Venus sextiles Neptune represents a great opportunity. So I think that's an opportunity for, church and spiritual endeavors. The ascendant is just super cool because it deals with, could be the person's initial personality or the mask that they wear. So that's in harmony with the person's Venus and their perception of relationships. And trine Pluto gives it just a great force of energy because Pluto's energy is manipulating, but since it's not necessarily in a strenuous position, then you may not have that experience. And then hopefully you can tap into the higher octave of that energy, which is pure power and the ability to regenerate and make things anew and transform things. But Pluto's a power player. But it always depends on, because sometimes the angle don't matter. The energy is the energy, and Mars is hot, period. So that's going to depend on the quality of the individual involved, the mindset. The mind is everything. So remember the way that the solar system works. In our solar system, it's the sun, which is your solar expression, your soul, your sun sign, known as soul. In Latin, sun is soul, S-O-L, which is synonymous to your soul. Your sun sign is definitely your chief characteristic. Then it's Mercury, and we're looking at the astronomical order of our solar system of planets that go around the sun. Mercury is your mind. That's your mind. So you got to develop the mind first. That's very important. The mind is the first thing that gets developed. Then it's Venus, which is the relationship, the aspects of money and values and things of that nature. Then it's Earth, but we live on Earth, and behind us is Mars, and so forth, so forth. We don't get to the higher sciences until we pass Saturn, and technically, your first Saturn return is on the average of 30 years old. Because once you get past Saturn, Uranus, you get into some different psychic, revolutionary. You get into a different frame of the mind. Neptune, you totally mystic, totally mystified at that point. But there's a lot of stuff to learn in between that. You know what I mean? On the realm of physicality. For real, for real. All right. But, that's what those are. All right. But you can get to it. The Imagination Guru. Check out the webinars, man. Quantum Soul Healing. Quantum Soul Healing. It is a 4-week course. We be together every Wednesday. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be dope. Super, super, super dope. But yeah, check it out. And then I got a lot of calls to make, man. I got like 3 more hours to try to find a deal. Got to find a deal. Um, but visit me over at the Prosperity Investment Group. You know what I'm saying? And I like Saturday mornings, man. Keep your notification on. I might do something tomorrow morning. I like Saturday mornings. So I may come back on Saturday morning and we talk about something. All right. So see y'all. Peace.